And it's our favorite day of the year. In 2K. And a quick look at how the Chicago Bulls schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they're off to Boston to face off with the Celtics. And then on Friday, they'll kick off a homestand, starting with the Houston Rockets.
And for that game against Los Angeles, it's a good checkpoint to see how they fare. It's the 5th contest on the year for them and a chance to evaluate where they stand.
And a look at the starters for the Bulls. They've got Miles Bridges, and it's Ewing in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Milwaukee, Austin Reeves out there with Kobe White. Then there's Johnson. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's King in at small forward. And it's opening night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking for. the start of a new and a chance now to look at the schedule for the Bulls. On Wednesday, they're off to Boston to take on the Celtics. Then on Friday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Houston Rockets.
And that game against the Lakers, it's a good checkpoint to see how they fare. It's the 5th contest on the year for them and a chance to evaluate where they stand.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. We've got Devin Booker. Ewing is out there with Miles Bridges. And there's Mr. Moves. Then it's Flash in at the 5. And for Milwaukee, Austin Reeves out there with White. Then there's Keldon Johnson. Then there's Towns, and it's King at the small forward. How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start the season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And here are the Bulls now. Here's Flash. Makes it off the glass. Flash has got his second bucket tonight.
Well, on top of just flat out scoring, Booker can really pick apart defenses.
White against Booker. They grab their own miss. Kick out to King. Johnson, a wide open look, gets the three-pointer to fall.
A priority for Johnson, continuing to work on his jumper, especially off the catch like there.
Now, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
The Bucks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. To the paint. Here's Towns. Bridges with the board. The Bulls have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Mr. Moves. Good on the triple. Mr. Moves got 5 now.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Down low, here's Towns. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
A prolific inside scorer since his first day in the league. Towns gets the job done down low.
And it's Ewing in the corner. Here's Mr. Moves. Another 3 for Chicago.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
For Milwaukee, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. So for the Bulls, Zach Collins checked in for Ewing. Tari Eason comes in for Miles Bridges. And it's ball in for Flash. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And then Carter with the dunk.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants to talk to his guys. both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Ball with the bucket.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper.
Towns looking it over. Misses from close range. And so it's Chicago heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Bulls.
And guys, I love the movement, doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
Well, I want to add also the damage that has been done on the inside. It's a lot of rubble in there, but they're continuing to go right at the defense.
Taking a look at the Bulls, we've got Flash. Mr. Moves out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's Ewing in at the 5 down low. Here's Flash, covered by Beasley. Nice move. And it's good on the layup. Flash has got the lead up to 9 now for the Bulls. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. No good from Beasley.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores. Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Another 3 for Chicago.
Man, he is in the zone right now on offense, guys, building off that efficient first quarter.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. you have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Clock at 4. Johnson for 3. Collins grabs the miss. Chicago leading by 13. Driving the lane. And Flash gets it to go.
Just looks like he's got more feel tonight. Like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And some changes here for the Bucks. King comes in for Towns. And it's White in for Malik Beasley. There's 39 seconds left here in the second. And again, the Bucks miss. Bulls have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. And Flash gets it to go.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Reeves outside. Pass to Jackson Davis. Now here's Johnson looking to end the run. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Here's Flash. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Chicago foul. Number 11.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Second team foul.
And he makes the first. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Here's Flash. He got it up. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And that, my friends, is a dagger on the way to the locker room. That three-pointer stings when it comes right at the end of the half.
And so it's Chicago with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Doc. I heard you imploring your team, stick to the game plan and know your personnel. What's that mean?
Yeah, we keep messing up coverages. You know, I get messing up on some guys, but that can't happen, but it did. So we just got to move it forward.
We'll see if the communication picks up. Thanks, Doc. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Chicago Bulls.
I've got to admit, even when these guys are covered, they make the shots.
Yeah, you like to say close out on the shooters, make them earn their points aside. But even if that were tried, I don't think it will play out that way.
Taking a peek now at the upcoming schedule.
Taking a look here at Chicago, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You know, Flash has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Reeves with it. Scoreless thus far. White is out there with Austin Reeves. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Keldon Johnson. And it's King at the small forward position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
King outside, pass to Reeves. Bucks passing it around. Out to White, jacks up a three. Rebound by the Bulls. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip.
And so far tonight, he's been the game's leading scorer. Just got into a groove, and no one's found a way to get him out of it.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Austin Reeves went undrafted, but his success comes as no surprise to him. He says, I've always felt like I belonged. It goes back to childhood. His mom once asked him, is this confidence or cockiness? He told her, they're basically kind of the same thing. Kevin, back to you.
That's something else. Undaunted. Hey, David, thank you.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Bulls shooting their first free throws of the game. Milwaukee making a switch here. Beasley's checked in, so he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. And Doc Rivers. Has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Here comes your Fox Home Crew. Make some noise.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Miles Bridges. Great showing for him last season. Last season put up about 21 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
Puts it up from 12. Reeves can't hit. The Bulls leading by 22. Here's Flash. And that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And the 3-ball is good.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Pass to Flash. 43 seconds left to play in the third. From downtown, and he's good on the 3-ball. Flash has got 27 points.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Milwaukee Bucks. Pass to King. Rebounded by Mr. Moves. Mr. Moves got 6 rebounds here tonight. It'll count. And so it's the Chicago Bulls riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And we'll be back with you shortly. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
Hold your ground. Don't let him back your way in. Just hold your ground. The other thing, too, is once he picks the ball up, he's not going to shoot it. If he does, just stay down on him.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for Chicago to start the fourth. They've got Ewing. Flash out there with ball. Then there's Mr. Moves. And it's Bridges in at the 4-man position. Buck shooting just 31% in the game. Got a piece of it. Here's Mr. Moves. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. 16 points for Mr. Moves.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Johnson. Bridges with the board.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Flash. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Flash has got 16 points here in the second half.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
It's deflected. On the wing, again, Chicago. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bulls.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
And I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Chicago.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic
was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Flash.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
Back to Reeves. The Bucks working the ball around. The three from Johnson. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Here's King.
How about the athletic ability on display there by King? He gets all the way to the bucket and takes no chance on the finish.
Here's Flash, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now we present the player of the game, Flash.